What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Banter. Josh will not be here with us this week because he's getting his birthday thing on. Yeah, you know what that's about. Y'all know about birthdays, right? This is episode 88, if I didn't say that already. I'm a very forgetful fuck, kind of like Rodney over here. Tyler is using the couch as his platform, per usual, because he has back problems. But that's all good, though. We had a guest fill in last minute, Jason. Hell yeah,
What's
man.
up, buddy?
Yeah. What's that? Your mom did what?
Well, did she get punished for it?
No, he was talking about he has his mom's head. His mom didn't give him head.
Oh,
Anyway, dude, I'm glad we could clear that up. That got a little weird. We're doing Christine, though. Also, forgetful fuck, if I didn't say that already, which this is a favorite of yours, I'm hearing. All right, man. Hell yeah, right on.
Feel it.
My first point. No, I got this. Slow down. I know you're going to talk a lot. Number one point, I like how the opening credits are literally just a motor running with names just running past. That's all you needed back then. It seems like nowadays you never have that. Now I get it. You want to add a little flash and dash with the names, cut another hole in your ass. But the thing is like you didn't need that back then. Just have the motor running, have the names, set the mood. You don't need all that extra shit. I respect that about the older movies. Little things like that. I don't know. Just cool to me.
I love movies. Yeah. Is it on now?
Yeah.
Check.
Okay.
Mic check. Test.
You're plugged,
So-
dude. I unplugged Josh's. Jesus.
Movies that
And how
don't
much
do
Jason-
credits at the beginning
Jason's loud. He'll be
are a
all right.
lot better to me. I love movies that just go right into it. No credits, no nothing like that. Just start the movie and go.
Oh, yeah.
I love shit like that. And that's kind of what this does. It's symphonic almost.
Yeah.
The way it does in this.
Dude,
Yeah.
them cars are beautiful.
Mm-hmm. They
And
really
of course,
are.
it had to be the red one. Good old
Yeah.
Christine.
And those credits were followed by bad to the bone. You know. Anyways, this is where we first get to see the Plymouth and all of its glory. It even attacks one dude's hand with its hood
Yeah.
and then kills another. This thing ain't fucking around, people.
This
They don't
movie
make
used to scare the
cars.
shit out of
Yeah,
me.
they don't make cars like they used to.
It's true.
They're a lot safer now. So people usually think that's about the road, but they also used to kill people. Wild shit.
And then you get to meet Arnie, who is a complete
Geek.
dud of a person.
Just goofy ass.
And how did he become friends with Dennis? You
The
know,
quarterback or the running back.
wide
That's what I
receiver.
thought, but the thing is, like, if they were friends since they were like 5, you
Yeah,
know,
I
I
mean,
could
It's just
see
not the
that.
way Hollywood usually portrays
Yeah,
it, though.
especially
Usually,
in the 70s,
80s.
80s.
Yeah,
uh,
believed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah. I'll say too, when we came up on the first sighting of like Arnie Street and all that, the street of the next, the street, like it reminds me a lot of Haddonfield. I know we might tie in some Friday the 13th, Jason, but the thing is, this is kind of a John Carpenter movie, so it's more fitting. But yeah, calm down. Anyways, Haddonfield. I don't know about y'all, if y'all got Haddonfield vibes from this shit, dude. Did y'all at all? Like,
What is that?
what the fuck is a Haddonfield? I know.
It was where Michael
Fucking
Myers
idiots.
roams.
Michael Myers, Haddonfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got that same vibe, and obviously John Carpenter directed it.
Sure.
You know, same kind of deal,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, dude. And moving on to what y'all were talking about, Arnie, dude. Dennis trying to get him laid, man.
Yeah,
Good to
true
fucking
friend,
luck.
man.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be like a Stephen King adaptation. This is when they're at school without the freaking bullies.
Oh, it has
They're the
to be
same
boys.
in every Stephen King movie. They all have like a switchblade or a knife or something.
I
you
swear
know?
to
Look 40
God.
years old in a high school.
I literally have both of those things written
Yeah,
down.
I was like, I didn't write it down. But I was like, dude, this dude's 36, and he's playing a 17-year-old.
I was just sitting there. I was like, I think my dad used to be friends with him.
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, dude.
And then,
Dude, how?
the fight, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
how did like? That's just harping more on the switchblade. How's he 30 years old? Y'all beat me to that. Yeah, dude, the fight breaks out, and the fat dude goes for the infamous
Oh yeah.
MMA move, the dick clinch.
Yeah, I was like, this is the weirdest fight I've ever seen.
It worked, though.
It did
Yeah,
work.
worked.
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, that was. Oh, my bad, dude. I thought
Does
you
he
were
do
talking.
that?
Not him.
Do you do the dick clench?
Not that dick clinch, Jason.
Yeah,
Jesus
Jesus,
Christ,
every time,
dude.
bro.
I fucking this motherfucker. You know I'm playing. Don't kill me or anything. I think he left the machete in the car. Anyways, man, One of the Repperton's, is that how you say his name? I think so. But we'll just say Buddy, but I'm pretty sure it's Repperton. One of Repperton's crew is from Friday the 13th, Part 2. I told you I'd throw something in there for you.
So it looks like
You
you
didn't
didn't
get-
kill him.
No, he didn't actually. He did not get killed. Oh, you killed him later.
Oh, after this movie?
Spoiler alert in real life. Buddy, dude.
Like 7 times.
Yeah.
And y'all say
Yeah.
you do it one time.
I can't help it.
It's been 8 minutes of the video.
Yeah, Buddy even threatening the teacher, dude.
Yeah, that's like.
This motherfucker don't give a shit
he didn't.
about anything, does he?
He was scared at first, though. But then after...
I
like-
kind of like the teacher, like standing up to him, like this is.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
gonna
I
happen.
thought he was going to
actually
try and
sucks,
square
bro.
up and fight him. But
And then
he
Ernie
called
finds out
cops.
to snitch. He's like, yeah, he did pull a knife on me.
Yeah.
Which I would have ratted too. But then they're on the way home and whatever, and
What does Arnie do?
Arnie flips out because he sees, Christine, which is all beaten
Beat
up.
the
And
shit.
I was like, I put it in worse shape than like my truck. And they go up to it and they meet that creepy old guy who's wearing the back brace and all that stuff. And,
Oh, yeah. You know that creepy old guy
Yeah.
from?
He played the grandpa in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Don't remember that.
Well, I know he's in another.
I know, Jason.
Well, what is he in?
He was the guy that they treated like a murderer in Home Alone. He's the guy shoveling his
Yeah.
fucking snow, dude.
Oh yeah, the pigeon. No, that's the other
Not the
lady.
horror movie Home Alone, the one with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Not the horror movie with Macaulay Culkin that's also titled Home Alone. The other one. with
But for
Macaulay
some
Culkin.
reason, this car fascinates Arnie, and he's like,
No, it's love at first sight. He finally found him a bitch, Christine, dude.
whatever price it is, it's not enough.
Yeah.
He's like, you dumbass. And then Dennis looks in at the mileage and says 93,000. He's like, dude, no, this car has 93. I was like, that's nothing
Yeah.
nowadays.
Well, did you hear the price, too? He was talking about, he's like, you can get something way better for that
Yeah.
kind of money. I'm like, $250 was that kind of money back then? That's so
Yeah,
crazy.
I know, it's wild. And then he gets Arnie, and then
Oh, yeah,
of course the old man doesn't tell him, hey.
Yeah, your grandmas do that to you. They don't let you hear the end of that kind of shit. Like back in my day,
Yeah.
gas was 25 cents.
Yeah.
You could buy a car right off the lot for 150. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I
They're
know,
like, they
dude.
were giving us free cars back in the 60s.
That's nuts.
They were giving us gas. They were also
We should
giving,
time travel to
Never
the
mind.
60s.
You got to remember that. I know you said you forgot
Bring it
it.
up on Monday Mayhem. dude.
What?
Just time travel.
And we just watched
I can
Reminiscence, so
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of things going for us on this.
But then
time
Arnie's
travel.
like, I'm not listening to you, Dennis. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm buying this car. And he
Yeah.
takes
in
Christine.
charge.
She's like, or he's like, will it start? He's like, start it up. He starts it up. He drives it home, and the parents lose their mind on him. And they're dicks to Dennis too. They're like, "Why did you let him?"
Oh,
do-"
yeah.
Like, I'm not his
They
caretaker.
tried
I'm
to be
his
parents of
friend.
both.
I guess
You
is
know?
that thing. It kind of does touch on how would these people be friends. For them to be able to talk to him like that, and
Yeah,
knowing they're that
true.
close, it shows that they've been like
Around
that might
for a
as well
while.
be his fucking family too, almost. Yeah, dude. His parents were not having that shit, dude. And then take it a step further, Arnie's new boss is a dick, dude. In fact, I think literally everybody is a dick to Arnie except Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis and old girl, we'll get to that.
Yeah, and the parents are like, "You're not keeping that. You're not keeping that piece of shit car here." And so he takes it to Darnell's auto shop where he can store it and also like repair it.
Yeah.
Darnell, he's a character.
Piece of
himself.
work.
Oh, dude. Maybe I'm crazy for this, but Dennis gives me Paul Walker vibes.
Kinda, yeah.
Dude, it's
Now
weird.
that you say that.
Now, and when he is in it's weird. Like when he's lit up, you're like, yeah, maybe like a cousin or something. But like when he's in the dark, like there's a scene where
Yeah.
he's driving the car and it's dark and his face is kind of shadowed. It's like, dude, that's fucking Paul Walker right
he
there.
just stares at the
And his
at
voice,
Lee.
the way he talks and carries himself, feels kind of Paul Walker-ish to me.
But then
Very
you
weird.
start to see like Arnie has a car for a short amount of time. He's working his ass off, and Arnie starts to change a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But back
Slowly
at
but
school,
surely.
Dennis he makes a bet that he can pick up the new girl.
Yeah.
Like they bet $1, like you can. $1 goes a long way. You can buy a new house back then for $1, apparently. But anyways, he goes and she's like cancels. Like, no, I can't. I got a date already after the game.
Oh yeah.
Then
I
you
love how
see-
that blonde too was
Oh, she
totally
thought it
thinking.
was-
I got one scene real quick before then that I don't know why I love this so much, but I love how like Arnie's boss offers Arnie more scrap parts and more money, and Arnie's like, I'll have to think about it, and then his boss immediately
Flips.
reverts back. He's just like, well, fucking don't think about it too long, dick,
Yeah.
or some shit.
He was doing something nice for him, but at the same time, I felt like he was bullying him, like because he was telling him like fill the toilet paper roll in the trash.
Yeah,
and,
like it just was weird. It's like he got vulnerable, and then Arnie was like, didn't shoot him down, but just let me. He's like, well, last time I'm fucking anywhere nice. Like I loved his reaction, dude. And then yeah, great. What were you saying, Tyler, about
I don't remember.
the football
all right.
game.
No,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the football game, and then they
He
throw a
beat you to
pass to Dennis, and
Jason.
Dennis gets laid out, and Dennis gets hurt real bad, almost gets paralyzed, and at the football game you see Arnie roll up,
yeah.
and Christine, who is
fresh.
completely such a beautiful car, and then he has the new hot girlfriend, the hottest girl in school, Lee. And they're
Yeah.
just making out and stuff, and then
That was his fucking date. That was her date. What the fuck?
yeah, it's weird how. And then the bullies are like, "Is that Arnold's car?" They're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I know where they keep it." Ooh.
He should never have opened his mouth.
Dude,
No.
I can't believe Dennis almost got paralyzed from that.
Yeah,
hit,
that-
though.
I
Like,
know, dude,
Jesus
that was
Christ. I can't ever play football again, Arn.
Like he was going pro, a little white wide receiver, like, well, maybe in the 70s.
Another thing too. Usually John Carpenter flicks have that like synthy score like right away. This one starts off with the motor running, like I was saying, and it just kind of keeps building along. And around the football game time, you start to slowly kind of hear in the background those like patented synthy scores that Carpenter's so good at for the music. I like how they did that. It was like a slow burn to get to the music. It's almost like the music kicked in and shit heated up. It carried the movie well. Like that choice, dude. And dude, Lee really is calling Arnie out about this car, dude. You know you got to be into a car if your girl is fucking jealous of it. Like that's
Yeah, she
pretty sad
says
at
he
that
spends
point.
more time with the car than her.
Oh yeah, and the car is not happy about that, is it, dude? Shortly after Arnie gets out of Christine and Lee starts choking to death.
On nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was the burger. I don't know.
I think
It's-
she ate something.
Yeah, she was eating a burger. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. That
She was
happened.
eating food. Dude.
Yeah, I think she was eating a burger. Or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And Arnie
See,
can't get
exactly.
in. And then the guy next door, or the dude watching the drive-in next to him, like, saves the day and stuff. And
I was like, get the fuck
he's
off.
like, Arnie's like, the door was locked. I'm not.
Which
getting-"
honestly, like, he was actually right there, but he's still a
He
dick,
did what he
dude.
could, but he was lazy about it. He stayed on his side and just was like, I guess this is it.
Well, no,
There's
he
no other
like
way.
she blamed the car. She's like, something happened. I started choking. The lights came on. This music came on. He's like, it's just, it wasn't the car. You're overthinking everything. It's like Christine's perfect.
Yeah, dude. It's gotta suck for Arnie getting a bad bitch finally. Not just a girl, a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And just like that, it's like on the rocks, dude. That
Well,
fucking
the car
sucks.
like changed him. I listened to the book on audio tape, and it's weird because the dude that read the book at the beginning, he sounds like Arnie, just like a real nerd and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But as the book goes on, he starts changing his voice and make it like deeper and more like.
Is it good or is it like him
No,
like
it's pretty good.
okay, I was waiting to be like, yeah, so I was Arnie, right? And later on, like, I'm still Arnie, but I'm mad. Like I've
No,
heard,
it
I've
was-
heard shit like that where it's
No,
just
it wasn't
like,
that
good
bad.
Lord,
It was
could
a
you
nice
try?
subtle change. Because Christine's not a thin book. It's like over 1,000 pages. It's probably
Nah,
more.
dude, it's thick, just like Christine and
Yeah,
Lee,
dude, this is
Lay,
thicker
Lee,
than it,
whatever
I
the fuck.
think.
Yeah, dude, thick. Yeah, it's a thick one.
But then,
Uh,
yeah, they
go
take
for
the,
it.
he takes the car back to Darnell's, and that's when the bullies come and they destroy Christine.
Bad.
I was actually surprised, like Christine let that happen right then and there, even.
Yeah, well,
But you learn from that oh, this thing can just like regenerate.
yeah,
Fucking
and
do
then
whatever it wants.
Arnie and Lee go there and they see the car, and he loses his mind.
Fucking shitter.
Yeah, it's just like it's all he cares about now.
He's
Like,
calling people shitters.
and
He loves that for some reason.
the scene where the car repairs itself.
It was incredible.
Yeah, I'm
For
like,
its time, especially.
I was like, how did they do
Yeah,
that?
I was thinking the same
You
thing this
know?
time.
They put it in reverse.
That's what I thought, but it was like some scenes that it's like they just pull
They
it.
really did.
That makes sense.
Yeah, John
That's what I
Carter. They
thought.
like destroyed the car, and like that's the genius of it. Like you don't know what to do, but it makes you think, and sometimes answers are just that
Yeah,
simple.
you see it crumbling in on itself, and you're like, something has to be pushing it. But I guess they were having something pull it from the inside.
They basically just.
Like,
I think he just played
I wrote
it.
down, I wish my truck could like heal itself. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
basically a fucking transformer.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite part of the movie though, because like the way he walks in front of her and he's
He's
just
like,
like,
"Do it."
show me.
Yeah, show
Dude,
me.
I'm just like, oh, do it,
Yeah.
Chris, and she does, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Dude.
What they did was they played it in reverse. That's how
Yeah.
they.
That's
Oh,
what I
that.
heard.
Now, see,
Yeah.
that's smart.
That's what Wes Craven told me.
You
heard
know
me. He
they
don't
went
listen.
through 48 Christine cars in this movie.
Damn.
Does
I
not
made
surprise
that
me.
up. I have no idea. I'm sure it was at least like 12 or
it
13.
seemed like they destroyed a lot in the movie, dude.
Hmm.
Well, we've already discussed Christine can repair herself, so that's a lot. Anyways, he even calls his parents motherfuckers, dude, and puts a chokehold
Yeah,
on
dude,
his dad. Like my kid would get laid the fuck out. Not Arya, but if I had a son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all, my kid's getting clocked. In
He
the
pulled
head,
the
dude.
whole "I'm the captain now"
Yeah.
Oh, my
on his
Lord.
parents.
Yeah, dude, and the fact that the dad was played by Tom Hanks, it made it even
Yeah,
more
it was
special
crazy.
for sure.
And then,
He's not settling for a new
and
car.
then the
damn it.
bullies getting just ran over and
Left and right. Loving
yeah.
it.
And then I liked how they didn't show if Arnie was in the car. Like, was
Yeah.
Arnie doing
Yeah.
it or
Yeah.
was it Christine? Like, we
Good
didn't know
creative choice.
Christine. And then, well,
Yeah.
you know, he's at the parking lot at school, and that cop comes up to him and questions him. He's like, "I was at home. I don't have the receipt for this. Blah 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 blah." And then what happened?
Well, I'll say that, dude. That whole scene with that could be like my favorite scene in the movie.
Arnie and the cop.
Yeah, I love that scene.
It's a good scene.
It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Just the way he's like, like you do some great detail work, huh?
It's like verbal warfare.
And the
Yeah.
things, the things that like Arnie was saying, like he's just like they scrape, like he was talking about scraping up shit, and he's like, "Ain't that what you do with shit? Just scrape it up." And like those little things.
Just
he
the way he
said,
carried himself was awesome.
Yeah.
Like that whole scene.
like the actor does amazing.
it was believable.
Amazing for him to play. He played that geeky role so perfect, but he was so believable as like an asshole. Like,
Another thing about this movie is like, it doesn't take place over like 3 days. It has like, it takes like 3
it's a
months.
year and a half.
It's
ain't
a,
it?
it's
No, I'm just
a, I have no
playing. I
idea.
have no idea.
I'm just saying 3 months because it goes from like football season to he's healed. Like it'll be like a month in advance, and you just see Arnie's that much more crazy and just doesn't give a shit about anything.
Oh yeah, man, dude. I mean, it's wild. It's wild. The fucking things this car can do and does, dude.
And then like the car's on fire after it killed that one bully, and it pulls in Darnell's.
Oh yeah,
And
it
it
makes
parks.
quick work of like all of Buddy's goons, dude.
And I loved how they did some of the kills. Like,
Yeah.
the pinning the dude in the alleyway and like just driving through and destroying herself.
Yeah,
as
he thought he
she's-
was safe because it was too tight. And
Yeah,
he's like, nope.
nothing's
And I
too
never
tight.
want to be in that situation. It don't matter how many times I see it in a movie.
No.
Like you could be running from gangsters, anything, cars, what the fuck ever you can put your mind to. Just like running into that like dead end in an alleyway. Every time I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, that's gotta suck. What do? You got to fight. There's nothing else you can do at this point,
Yeah.
dude.
But he takes the car back to Darnell's, and Darnell sees the car, and then he gets a shotgun, and he goes up to it, and because he thinks Arnold's in it, and then the door opens, and Arnie's not in the car, and for some reason he gets in the car,
Yeah,
and then the cops find out
got lured into
he
it.
got killed by Christine, and the cops show up there, and when Arnie goes back, and Christine is fully repaired again. She's
Yeah.
not burnt to a crisp
There's
like she
something
was.
fishy. And that's something I wanted to say real quick too. You kind of touched on being on fire, but I love the shots of Christine on fire,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
chasing down Buddy, dude.
Dude,
And
it
then
was-
the Carpenter music is starting to just club you over the head. It's picking up nice and loud.
she was real slow too. Right before she killed Buddy, I love how she was
Yeah.
like stalking him.
Yeah, it wasn't
like
like,
no one-
"Brr, brr." It was just like, yeah, I'm back here, and Buddy's running as fast as he can, but obviously a car, even when it's going
And
at
he's
its
in boots.
slowest.
I feel like I could get away from the car though, but he was out on like an open field on like that.
Dude, all you got to
highway.
do is zigzag. Everybody knows
I'm talking
that.
about like if you're in town, I feel like you get away from a car just
Yeah.
running through to a building or something. But
Yeah, but he was like
he
an
was
open
he was
fucking
on like
field.
the
Like,
street
what,
in the
like,
desert.
what do you do? Your best bet, honestly, was just like lay down in like the tall grass. Like that's like almost all you can do.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, you're like, where is it at? You could
Yeah,
just
you
hear
just
it.
Well,
hear
they
it and
can't
it
turn
gets,
on a
like, real-
dime, so you just keep moving left or right. The car will eventually just, it'll never be able to get
Sure, just stand
Just
right next to the
it.
car. If you just stand right next to the car, it
That's all you
can't
gotta
get
do.
you unless he opens the door. Real
Yeah.
quick.
But then
And
the
if there's no
fire's
one in
the
there, then
fire's
you're
too
good.
hot, dude.
So there we go. How to beat Christine?
Yeah.
Stand next to her.
Oh, dude.
That's so stupid.
But yeah, for sure. And like y'all were saying, the detective is back to question Arnie again. He's genuinely like this is the thing about Arnie that really begs the question of if he is behind the wheel or not.
Yeah.
In this specific scene, he actually does have like the first time they talked about the one guy dying. What's his name? The fat dick grabber. That dude, he died and he kind of was making jokes, but you know, he could just be being cocky in that scene. But then they talk about how high the body count was and was talking about Christine. Arnie actually seemed concerned in that scene. So even like, I mean, I know what happens. I've seen this movie 100 fucking times. But when I was a kid, I'm like, fuck, is it Arnie? I don't know. Like, I like how they kept that suspense going. And then Dennis and Lee, dude, they conjure up a plan to end Christine once and for all.
Yeah, the bulldozer.
Oh yeah, they ready to bulldoze,
Was that
dude.
the best plan? You think?
I
It's
think
a good plan.
I think it's a
right?
good plan for them. He just got out the hospital and she, you know,
Yeah, he
freaking
can't really
out.
drive that good.
Yeah.
I think the bulldozer was the best option they had. Nothing else was seeming to do the jobs.
Yeah.
Nah, like what else are you gonna fucking
It's-
do? I mean, that's on the spot.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
like a
mean-
big ass wrecking ball, just
The
like
steamroller.
boom.
You'd
Yeah,
have to like
something.
cut it up into multiple pieces and separate the pieces, like mail one to China, one to Japan,
Yeah.
one to Africa.
Yeah, but I could even see her just like, what about like a wrecking ball or a steamroller? And fucking Dennis is
Steamroller
like,
would be good.
he's
Or
sitting there
tank.
just like, I don't even know if we can find a fucking bulldozer. Okay, I'm trying to figure this
Yeah.
shit out with you right now, but you're coming up. We could drop like airstrike on it. Maybe he's like, do you have airstrike ability? I don't. Yeah, like so. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, that's
Christine's
probably the
smart.
best you get their hands on, dude. And then Dennis then gets picked up by Arnie, drinking and driving, talking about toasting to the dead.
Yeah.
He
that
refers
was
to
weird.
as shitters. I don't know. That's his word, dude. Shitters. Ain't nothing but some shitters. And Dennis like, I'll get drunk with you while we're driving, bud, but let's not toast to the shitters.
Right, yeah.
You look confused or shit. Like, did that scene even happen? Yeah. But then that line he says about nothing better than being behind the wheel of your own car, except maybe for pussy. Know what that sounded like? It sounded eerily similar to something the old man who sold him the car
Yep.
spat earlier in the film.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
kind of
he
like
did.
he's kind of taken over by his brother.
Oh yeah, and we didn't even. Dennis goes back to that guy and was like, "Dude, what the hell is up with that car?" And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that car killed everybody in my life."
Yeah.
Basically, and I still had it to sell. He's like, "Yeah, it'll change you."
Yeah, I had that wrote down, but I guess I skimmed over it because sometimes, like, I'll see notes. I'm like, "There's no need for me to say that," or we moved far enough past it, or it's not as important. So I guess like trying to like mix and match, I miss.
But
miss
then
that
you
one
gotta
in the
think
mix.
like if you're Dennis, do you believe it's the car, or do you think your friend, with the way he's acting, is actually going around doing these murders?
Oh,
Like,
my friend's
like,
psycho, because that's not my friend anymore.
Yeah,
That's
like,
not the same guy. That's
if you're
not Arnie
Dennis-
that I grew up loving.
I'm like,
Solid,
yeah, I blame the. I don't think we gotta destroy the car. I think we. Arnie's just messed up.
Dennis just wants to be as cool as Arnie, and he takes the car for himself.
Yeah, and then Dennis
Ooh,
starts. That's a good
Twist, dude.
Christine's part too.
Yeah.
But yeah, destroying the car. I guess they think. I guess they don't know. I think they don't know if it's Arnie or not, but they know Arnie changed so much when they got the cars, and they're like, we gotta destroy the car so Arnie can go back to normal. And
Yeah, because you do have Lee talking in his ear about, like, I've seen some weird shit with this car, so you're kind of like, well, fuck, dude,
yeah,
maybe
just
I'm
destroy
torn.
the car.
Yeah. And then we're prepped for the final showdown with Dennis, Lee, Arnie, and, of course, that bitch Christine. They thought they had it all figured out, too, but Christine was one step ahead, hiding. I love how, like, just burst out of like all those fucking boxes and shit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Thought that was dope. Dennis then protects Lee from getting hit with a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And
that
what's
was
fucked
smart.
up about this is a funny thing. At least I think it's funny. When I was like a kid, I was probably like, I don't know, 8 years old when I saw this. I remember watching it and being like, Dennis, what the fuck are you doing? Because I thought he was going to like impale her with the bulldozer.
Yeah.
Like, because at first I was
He's like, shit, my bad.
yeah.
First time driving.
Well, you could tell it was playing like the hardcore music, and she was in the corner, and then Dennis starts moving the bulldozer towards her. In my mind, I was like, "Is he about to kill her with the?" I'm like, "What is going
The
on?"
car
right
got
now?
Dennis too.
Yeah, then I remember having the afterthought too, like before it all ended, because it was like slow as shit the way it
Yeah.
developed. I was like, "Oh shit, maybe the bulldozer's possessed too." I was like, "Oh dang," and I'm like, "Oh, he's protecting her." But I'll never forget having that memory. Every time I watch it, including yesterday when I threw it on, I was like, "Dude, I remember having that dumbass thought." But yeah, good shit, dude. That whole final showdown, solid.
then
Of course,
the scene
Arnie's situation.
when Arnie's in the car,
yeah,
it shows that, and you're like, was Arnie driving the whole time? You're like, you don't know. Maybe he was, maybe, or that one time whenever Darnell got murdered, he wasn't.
yeah.
But this time, Arnie is in the car with Christine.
Oh yeah, gets launched the fuck out the window, dude.
Yeah,
after
poor
Christine wrecks.
Shrapnel to the gut.
Yeah, as it turns out he was the one that was impaled, not Lee, with a huge piece of glass, which sucks because you got to wonder if he would have returned to normal if they could have stopped Christine. That's the sadness of his death. That's something I always debate over. Like, is he just a lost cause, or they destroy Christine, they get back Arnie? And honestly, I like it better that way. It's more tragic that way. It's more sad that way. And I honestly think, like, if they did make Arnie survive, I think they'd have been like, Arnie, is it you in there? I think it would have been more of that scene rather than, like, maybe them giving him a hug at the end, a la Friday 13th Part 5. Oh, you weren't in that movie. That's right. Where, you see Tommy Jarvis, like, wink over the shoulder type of deal, like, the demon's still in me. I think Carpenter, if they would have kept him alive, would have went with the route of Arnie's Arnie again. And it'd been happy-go-lucky, but they went a little darker with it, which is dope, but that's up for debate on how you interpret it. And Christine, as it turns out, though, not dead yet. Trying to hit Lee one last time, but Dennis finally gets the best of her.
Yeah.
Finally got his smash on, dude.
That's
Just
right.
wish he would have got it on with Lee instead of Christine, probably. Tough break, kiddo. She likes geeky guys turned douche. Yeah, dude. I mean, he basically turned Christine into like some carry-on luggage. This shit looked like if you put a handle on it, like you could just walk down the street with it. Like it was so
and then
tiny, little
the
square.
guy with the boombox, like, walking in the background, they're like, oh my god, Christine's playing the radio, and just some dude with the boombox in the background. And they walk away, and you see Christine's, like, window panel, like, move a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that. It's the end of Christine.
You can
Or
never
is it
kill Christine.
really?
Didn't they make a second
They're
one?
making
Maybe a B movie.
Yeah,
that
it was
shit.
awful, I think.
If they did.
They're doing a remake.
Carpenter's done this
I can't
so
wait
many.
for that.
That's the thing about Carpenter, dude. He hates sequels. He does not do sequels. Like Halloween, he got talked into writing it, and he had to force his way through it. But he leaves a lot of his movies open to where, like, the natural audience are like, oh, Christine moved a little bit. That means there's going to be a sequel. Halloween, oh, Michael Myers is gone. Where'd he go? That means there's going to be a sequel. But that's never how Carpenter interprets his movies. It's more of just like, let the mind wander and leave you with that, and you make up your mind. Same thing with, Halloween. It doesn't mean we have to have more sequels. We've had 1 million, it seems like. I know. Almost caught up to you now. But the thing is it's almost better just leaving it at that. Like, Michael Myers breathing, where is he? And you're kind of like, where the fuck's he at? Is he at my crib? A lot of people thought that back in the 70s. So I definitely don't think he had any plans on making a sequel or anything like that.
Well, what would you rate it, Rodney?
I grew up loving this movie because it was so scary.
But now it's a pile of shit.
But I still love this movie. I give this movie an 8.3. It's got nostalgia for me, and it still holds up, in my opinion.
Holds up, dude.
That's cool, man. I gave it a 7.5. It's a solid movie. The pacing was really well, because I was watching it and I was like, how far am I into this? Looked. I thought it was 20 minutes. I was 45 minutes into it. I was like, it's
Yeah.
going pretty good. Uh,
It's going well. I
I've
like
always liked Christine. Ever since the first time I've watched this movie, I enjoy it. It's not my best Stephen King adaptation, or probably my best John Carpenter movie, but 7.5.
Got a lot of
yeah.
bangers. He might be the king of horror. Yeah, dude, this movie just does not hold up for me at all. I'm just playing, actually. I'm joking. It's a solid movie. I think it's almost great. It's not quite great. It probably was. It was actually. I can confirm. When I was a kid, this was probably like one of my favorite horror movies at one time. Not like my overall childhood, but like that year I saw it, I was just off its nuts, off its vagina, I should say, Christine. But yeah, I remember renting it, watching it over and over again. I think I finally got it on VHS or whatever. Just wore that motherfucker out. I love this movie my whole life. It's not that I don't like it now. It's still very solid. I'll give it a 7.8 out of 10. Christine's still really good, but not one of my favorite John Carpenters personally. But damn good, man. Damn good.
Okay, follow us on Instagram and Spotify at the official Box Office Banter, on YouTube at Box Office Banter, and on Facebook at Box Office Banter Movies and Box Office Banter. Thank you guys.
Wait, what was that, Jason?